Hi, I'm Jason, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to get a virtual address, compare the services that offer them, and show you the difference between a virtual address and a virtual office. There's key differences between them, and you want to select one over the other based on your needs. So let's go. Let's start by listing the reasons why you'd want a virtual address or office. You want to keep all your home information private while starting your business. You're starting a business bank account, but PO boxes are not accepted. You're forming an LLC. You're getting your Dun& Bradstreet DUNS number. You work remotely, or you work from home, and you need professional services like an office space for meetings with clients. So those are reasons why you would want to get one. But when should you do this? Well, ideally, you'd want to do this before you start your LLC and your business because you have to list an address on those forms. But if you already have one, it's perfectly fine to do this afterwards. There's just extra paperwork you have to do to change your address. And when you're running the business, the last thing you want to do is unnecessary paperwork that you could have done earlier so you could focus on the actual business, right? Because this is what we're here to do, make some money and sell some things. And the when, but how should we actually determine which service we want? I'm going to show you a matrix in a little bit of a comparison of all the services that offer virtual addresses and offices. But when we're deciding which ones we want to choose, you're going to want to do it based on your need. Such questions you want to think about are, do you need to physically pick up your mail or receive packages from Amazon, FedEx, UPS? Do you need them to store your packages for multiple days or weeks? How much customer service are you going to rely on? Do you need one that has excellent customer service? You also want to look at the customer feedback, which I also provide on the matrix. Are you an Amazon seller? Amazon will only accept basically the virtual offices, and it won't really accept the virtual addresses. And lastly, as your business grows, will they expand and grow with you? Will they offer a business phone number? Is that something you'll need? Will you eventually need meeting rooms for clients or conference areas or just general business things and activities that are used while running your business as you grow? So think about these things as you're looking through my matrix and figure out which one you might need in the next year or few years. This way you can just pick the right one today and grow with it and just buy their upgraded service that offers what you need. Okay, so I've mentioned a couple of times there's virtual addresses and offices. Well, what's the difference between the two? Okay, first up is the tier 1 virtual addresses. These are the ones that offer just a virtual address themselves, and they don't offer any kind of virtual office amenities. Most of them don't have a location in every state or country. What they do is actually contract out to a local mail center that actually does all the work. And that's why I recommended you Google the actual place and see what it looks like, because some of these locations aren't in the best area or the place doesn't look too professional. It's not up to your standards. It's also why these three companies I'm showing you here might have a different contract for the same location, but they offer different pricing. So that's general overview of it. Let's get into the details. As I said, there's three providers. There's Anytime Mailbox, ipostal1, and PostScan Mail. Those were the top three I found while doing my research on Trustpilot and reviews online and looking into the details of what they offer. So I highlighted in green if they offer it and also which one in that column is the best of the three. So they all offer mail forwarding, mail scanning, which just means you can read your mail online. They accept packages from UPS, FedEx, Amazon. If they offer a phone line service, that means it's like a VoIP, Google Voice or Grasshopper, basically a business line you could buy from them. But the only one that doesn't offer it is PostScan Mail. I mentioned when picking one of these, does it grow with you? The only two that actually grow are Anytime Mailbox and ipostal1, because they offer the phone service. If you don't need that and you just want a virtual address, maybe PostScan Mail offers what you want. They all have lots of locations. ipostal1 has by far the most. They're all international. They all have month-to-month contracts, and they all do have an app for your phone. If you notice, Anytime Mail does not have many reviews and they're very low. ipostal1 and PostScan Mail actually have very close to the amount and the quality of reviews. So I think they're both kind of the same. On Trustpilot, ipostal1 has by 10 times more PostScan Mail's reviews and has almost as many stars. Regardless of which of these services you actually do choose, all of them require USPS Form 1583 to be filled out. That just tells the government, the US Post Office, that these people are allowed to accept your mail on your behalf. Anytime Mail just gives you instructions how do you fill it out. ipostal1 fills it out for you, and PostScan Mail has a setup wizard, as well as an online notary. That form has to be notarized by a public notary to certify that it's true and a legal document now. And here is what that form looks like. It's actually a very easy form to fill out. You could also Google or on YouTube ask how to fill this out. It's not very hard, so it's not vital that the service offers to pre-fill it out for you. That is a very nice thing to have, but it's not vital. And this is the whole form. As you can see, it's only 14 questions. Down at the bottom, there's some more information on how to do it. And lastly, I just want to point out, ipostal1 says they offer a virtual address. That's not really true. All it is the expanded phone service line. It's not a virtual address at all. I'm sorry. It's not a virtual office at all. It's just their phone service they offer. So don't believe them when they say that. With that said, ipostal1 is the clear winner here. It offers the most amount of locations, has the most amount of reviews, and almost the most stars. And it also pre-fills that form for you for the USPS. So I think that's one most people are going to end up going with. Okay, moving on to the Tier 2 virtual offices. These are the ones you're going to want to select if you'll be giving a bank your address, you're forming an LLC, or you're giving the government your address for your business, and you don't want to use your home address. Long term, it's better to start with one of these instead of using your home address and changing it later. Okay? Same with the one above. I highlighted green if they have it, as well as which service offers the best in each column. Okay, so same as the virtual addresses, they all offer mail forwarding. They all have they don't all have the mail scanning. Alliance does not, so you can't read your mail online. They all accept UPS, FedEx, Amazon packages. Almost all of them, except for Regus, offer the phone line service. But there's other services offer that, like Grasshopper, Google Voice, so it's not a requirement. And some people might find it better not to entangle their business office with the phone service. Some people like to keep it separate. This way they have more control over it, they'd feel, or if they ever cancel the office space, their phone line won't be interrupted. They all will definitely grow with you. They all have hundreds, if not thousands of locations. 3 of them are international. Some are month to month or various, meaning 6-month or 12-month contracts. Alliance is the only one without an app. But the ones that do have an apps, they're really just for either the phone or reserving a room, an office room at their locations. By far, Regus has the most reviews by almost 17, 16 times as much. And it's got 3.6 stars, which isn't the highest. It's actually the lowest of all of them, but it has so much more reviews, it could balance it out. And lastly, if you're going to be changing your business address, if you already have one and you need to change it, you're going to have to fill out an IRS form 8822B. And I'll show that address now. That is just telling the IRS what your new address is going to be. And you're going to be selecting number 3 and then going from there. Okay, it's really simple. Some of them help you out, some do not. But again, it's not a hard form to fill out, and they give you instructions. You can also Google it or go on YouTube and get some more help on it if you want. Last up are the Tier 3 LLC service providers. These are the companies that you actually use to set up an LLC and renew your LLC and other kind of legal documents. They just have virtual addresses as an add-on, so I didn't go into the details in comparing them because they're going to probably change a lot, and it's kind of a, hey, we have this too type service where they want to say they have as much things as possible, so you choose that company when setting up your LLC. The companies above are the ones that have it as their main bread and butter, so they're going to try to do the best they can with a virtual office or a virtual address, so they'll provide most likely the best service for you. But if you just want a virtual address that collects your mail or forwards mail, stuff like that, these tier 3 ones might provide a service that's really basic that will work for you at either a low cost or no cost, depending if they're running a sale or something. But with that, I want to talk about what do you do after you've picked a service. So let's go through that now. So the first steps after you pick a service is you're going to want to fill out the USPS Form 1583. Most of them are going to have you do that while you set up your account with them, as well as you're going to update your address with the IRS. That's that IRS form I mentioned. You're going to want to do it with your state, your banks, credit cards, partners, or clients. And don't forget, most importantly, your marketing material. You don't want to have it on your business cards, your old address. And that's also why at the beginning I mentioned you should really try to do this before you start your business. This way you don't have to go and change all this information and update all these people that you have a new address. That's all good and said, but what if you already have a business with an address attached to it? Well, it's very similar to starting from fresh. You're going to use that USPS Form 1583 to update your address with these virtual companies. You're going to use the IRS Form 8822B so you can update it with the IRS. And lastly, you're going to want to notify your state. So you're going to go to Google and search the term change of business address, amendment, Secretary of State, and then include your state. So California, New York, Texas, whatever. And usually the first result is going to bring you right to the website that tells you how to do that with your state. The good news is if you already have an LLC and you use one of those companies from tier 3 like Zen Business, Busy, etc., they have it on their website, a way to easily do this where you just update your information and they take care of all the paperwork for you with your state. So they make it very easy for you, but also that's why you're paying them, right? Hopefully I provide you a good comparison of all the companies and whether you should go with virtual address or office. But since we're all business people here and we're all trying to grow our business or start one, this video here is going to show you how to set up an LLC. But even if you have one already, it walks you through some pitfalls and things people miss. So I highly recommend you watch it. So I hope you guys are doing well and good luck.